Well, today on Rockets Garage, we have a 2003 Ford Mustang. This car had a lot of clear coat paint damage. We took off the front and rear bumper, off the hood scoop, off the wing, and then we began sanding. Then we base coated and went ahead and did the clear coat. Today what we're doing is removing one of the elderly badges right here. If I can get it to focus for me. Let's see. Yeah. This thing is actually from the factory and it's made of plastic. So I have a brand new one to put in its place. These little things like badges. Now the Ford badge over here already looks really good, so I'm not gonna mess with that one. We did polish up the tailpipes. They were brown from oxidation. And we put in new side panel markers. Now these from the internet has a really pretty light that goes in them. The original ones were not lit. So these are nicely lit. And we also replaced this brake light. So, all in all, the main body, its paint looked good. It had no peeling on it. There were tiny little chips on it here and there. Like right here. This little chip. But we'll start filling those in today with a chip, or I'll show you what it is. Little paint markup. Ordered this also off the line, Duplicolor. Has a little applicator tip. We'll be filling that in today. So, the key to get these off is they are not mechanically connected. They are actually held on by adhesive tape. And we also replaced these lights here. Put LED lights on there. Okay. You turn off the lights. This is also a 5-speed GT. Put on a new knob on it. If I can get that to focus. There it is. Now that thing was not cheap. It was about 60 bucks on the internet. But it's made in America. And it's the color all the way through it. It's not bonded to the surface. That same red goes all the way through it. How they make that, I have no clue. And I'm also under supervision here by Miko, the shop dog. There, yeah, am I doing it right? Okay. Well, let me get this put on the stand and then we'll continue. There we go. Okay. The key to take anything that's glued on, the key is heat, but not so much heat that it messes up your paint. So I like to use a hair dryer. Any hair dryer will work. Just put it on high heat and low blower speed and just heat it up really good. Again, don't use a heat gun for this. You'll melt it. as that continues to loosen up, I use plastic sharp edges. This comes in a little kit with all those little plastic fasteners that put on body panels. You buy the little deluxe kit for about 21 bucks. You get these with it, and it's less likely to mar your paint than a real razor blade. Of course, a real razor blade would be good, but cut right into the paint. Again, a hair dryer isn't hot enough to burn the paint, or actually even you, but it's hot enough to make you want to go get a glass of lemonade. Well, that's 20 and a half years of non-failing Ford Motor Company adhesive. I'd say got my money's worth out of that one. I cannot wait to get on the pretty one. Here, let me take it out of the bag. It also has an adhesive backing. It's looks a lot better, wouldn't you say? No comparison. This was $21. Believe me, what a difference that's going to make on this car. 21 bucks. Oh, and beware, when you go to buy these, make sure you measure the first one. This is 5 inches long by, I think, is an inch and a quarter high. I bought one for $19.50, and it was half size. And I was so upset with that one, I sent it back. But this one, I made sure the measurements were the same as this one. So now comes the gooey part. We have to clean off the old adhesive.
Got a 2003 Mustang. If you've got one 2003 Mustang, when you open the door, it wants to shut on you like this. So we got a remanufactured chrome door hinge from Canada. You got to take off the front fender, pop that off. Once you pop off the front fender, the hinge sits there. Bolt the hinge into the door, put everything back on. You got a super tight, non-closing, closing on you door hinge. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. We got the front port side quarter panel off. Not much to it. There's like 10 bolts, all standard heads. Pretty easy. 2 behind the headlight, a couple on top, 2 down low right there, and 2 behind the door. You need a pretty long extension on the door. Other than that, the hinge is underneath all of this filth. You gotta close the door. There you go. The hinge is right there. It's what we need to replace. Two on the door side. It's losing focus with the light. 2 on the door side, 2 on the Mustang side. Get that done and replaced. So I didn't notice, but behind the door hinge there is a hidden bolt. So you got to remove the plastic covering, and then you just unclip these 2 main clips there, and it sits just on the other side of this door hinge. Alright, so we couldn't get the old one out because of this extension in it, so all we did was we just loosened up the top hinge on the door side by like 3 turns, and that gave us enough wiggle room to pop this out. So we're going to reverse what we just did, make sure that these are the same. They look the same to me. I'll flip my camera around.
Pick up on it?
Yeah, just barely open the door and pick up on it. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, put it back. Close it.
Put it back. Okay. Yeah.
And now we just install them. we got the door hinge. 99% sure it's the way there. Opens and closes okay. Don't see any hanging of the door. But we're gonna have to be careful when we install the fender. We'll have to adjust the fender to the door. There's not any adjustments left on the door. Put it all back together. Alright, we got it a majority of the way lined up. I still got 2 bolts underneath here to get that lined up, and then put the headlight in, and then we'll see if everything fits correctly. Then I'll give you a tour on the body lines.
Well, we got the badge off, and it was so hard to get that adhesive off. After 20 years, it was still sticky, like it wasn't going to come off. And normally I would use a rubberized wheel and just buff it off. There's a rubber, it's like a gummy wheel. It's like a eraser wheel that you would use on cars to take old pinstripe off. It doesn't hurt the paint, but man, it takes the pinstripe right off. Didn't have that today. So I started with this. It kind of worked, but no, it'd take forever. Then I went to this to get the glue off, and didn't really work. So I tried this, what I had in the garage, and it took it off. Took a little bit of strength to get it off, but you just had to rub it in, sprayed it, let it soak, rub it, and it would kind of rub up into little granules of sand, sort of, and you just wipe it off again. And once I got it really clean, the surface still felt sticky, or not sticky, but slimy. So then I rinsed off the surface with this alcohol, buffed it clean, And so right now it's very, 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 very ready for the new adhesive. So I am going, it's a little bit cool here. We're right on the coast, the central coast of California. It's probably a blistering 55 degrees here. Comfortable compared to the single digits in the Midwest now on January, I think, what's this, January 14th or 15th of 2024. So, use the trusty hair dryer and warm up the surface and warm up the adhesive here before I apply it. So just put it on high heat and low fan. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Little drum roll, please. I'm going to use, there's a faint line from the old one here. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Still warm to the touch. What a difference that makes. It's the little things that add up to bringing this already a classic car. It's 20 years and 6 months old. Bringing it back to life.
Turned out pretty good. A lot better than the old.
Yeah, the door.
So we got the Hearst equipped back on there, and then final tour of the new door. Opens, stays open, which is really nice.
Yeah, even. Whoa.
Getting close.
Oh, that was close. There we go.
Yeah,
even stays open.
Then shuts properly. Did a lot of work on the body panels to make them line up. They lined up really, really well. Man, this Mustang project is coming to an end.
Yeah.
That means we got to find another project.
That's right. Last project is wiring up these LEDs.
Oh yeah, that's right. So inside these Amazon headlights, there's an LED strip right here. And there's 2 wires coming out of it. So we're going to take plug-in to a plug-in, plug them in the running lights just like we did on the back marker lights back here. Sweet. You happy with your job?
I love it. I love it.